What do we have, Greg?
Oh my goodness. Well, I can tell you by this knife, it's not going to be a dull moment because this thing is pretty sharp. The Mioroshi Deba is something that's quite unique. If you're a fishmonger of any kind, the Deba knife is something that you're used to for filleting a fish. The Yanagiba or Yanagiba, however you want to pronounce it, is more for slicing. The Mioroshi Deba is a hybrid. It just says, let's meet halfway. So we have a beautiful one for you today. This comes from, if I hope I say their name right because I absolutely love them, Miura Knives. Miura Knives out of Japan. So this is by Kitaoka Blacksmith. You can definitely tell that that Damascus finish that you're used to by them. It has that that thickness of the Deba. Let me grab another Deba for you. This is the Masamoto Deba. You can see the thickness of the spine is there. Just absolutely beautiful. The Aura side, you can see how it mimics, but it's longer and thinner. And let's just go ahead and get another Kitaoka. This is the Kitaoka Yanagiba. You can see that Damascus finish that they're known for. That is all them. Okay, so this knife attempts to be the middle. It wants to do the job of the Deba, but it wants to be long and slicing like the Yanagiba. It has a pretty long edge that's somewhat flat before the belly. They are all single beveled. It has the thickness of the spine. I don't really think it. I mean, it's a little thinner. To say it's a hybrid is strange, right? Because it is a Deba. It doesn't, the Mioroshi Deba. It's a little thinner. I mean, that could just be the brand. The Masamoto versus the Kitaoka. Okay, so we're people have been asking, could I use this as a gyuto? And the honest answer right off the bat would be wedging. So this is an Unryu standard 200 millimeter. These are both 210 millimeter. So right off the bat, you can see that the length is there. The profile is very similar. The curvature of the belly. The difference is going to be the thickness in the spine.
Major.
So it's not that you couldn't use it as your knife. It's a single bevel versus a double bevel. It's going to have that like downward cutting curvature action that we had shown in some other videos. It would take some getting used to. It would also have, you would have to learn in slicing to get like things even. So it's an acquired thing. I really like the handle on this. It has that D shape. He's really known for the rosewood handle under his name, with the paca wood and just a different colored rosewood here with the paca wood. Just nice. There's a weight to this that's just significant. I know I'm probably jumping around. I'm excited. The handle is significantly bigger than the Masamoto. Yeah. And it is significantly bigger than the Kitaoka by his own brand.
Yes.
So I actually do think it's probably one of the bigger handles that I have seen. So we are going to use it as a Deba on a fish. And we will try to use it as the slicing. It's supposed to be your one-stop shop. Okay? So this is Shirogami 2, just so we know what we're dealing with. So it's a little bit more forgiving than the one, Shirogami 1, the white paper one. It's a little bit less brittle. Okay. And this is, again, this is made for the Miura knife brand. So it's under their brand, but he is the Kitaoka is the blacksmith. Okay, so we have a fish. Slimy fish. Slippery fish. Yes, thank you so much to my lovely assistant slash director slash producer slash better half. We always appreciate the audience. They're all like, say hi to the missus. We have not attempted to film this show like solo. We do try to figure out how to do this together. We definitely have some other things going on in our lives to break up the team. But we try to do it for you guys, to bring you this experience. So,
Not break up the team. Like,
you know what?
Keep us separated a little bit at times.
Do I do a best on this? We talked about the single bevel. You know, single bevel knives traditionally do not.
I mean, because there's already...
Right. But the single bevel knives do not traditionally have this like amazing edge. I'm gonna, since I have some paper that I didn't use in the last video, we'll at least see if we can get that. I mean, it's a single bevel knife, so I don't even know how that works with it. Oh, they did a push. That's good. Oh, it pushed through that like it was nothing. Okay, so, but it's got that curvature to the knife. You know what I mean?
So you'd have to hit it at just the right,
Yeah, it's kind of weird to do paper cutting with
It is sharp, it's just...
Yeah, I mean, obviously it did the push, yeah. Okay. I mean, push cuts are hard. Okay. So, let's break down a fish. I'm sure it'll be dull in a second because we're going to chop through some bone. All right. So, I mean, that was nice. It did that really good. Let's get that one gill right there. Yeah, we had no problems. You know, it's actually really nice. You know, the streamlined Deba. We had another display of a knife that I was using that is not a Deba. I was trying to use it on a fish. And right here is where you're going to see how that tip is everything. The knife that I used is not made for fish. I tried to use it for fish. My wife can tell you how easy I got underneath the fold with this knife.
Comparatively to the other...
To the knife that wasn't designed for this.
This was made to do this.
And you can just, I mean, this fillet came off like super clean. You know, when they say like the right knife for the job, man, I would tell you to go pick one of these bad boys up. My enthusiasm on this is...
Fish, you need one of these.
This is just nice.
You have fun playing.
It's just really exotic. It's really streamlined. To get, you know, to get in there, that point, to kind of release that. Mm-hmm. Let's get above the fin down here. It's got that nice, I mean, it just lets that go. Trying to get you guys to see, but you know, it's funny. I'm used to the 165 millimeter Masamoto. This is a 210 millimeter. I would have thought it was just too big, and it just, because of its height difference, it's amazing. I mean, this is like, this is nice. I enjoy this knife very much. Okay, also remember that this is supposed to be like the Yanagiba. So, not that I'm going to make sushi right now, but let's say that we were... Okay, so I need to do a better job of cutting and releasing. But if we were trying to do sushi... Okay, I'm just trying to clean up that edge. I've got some pin bones here. Tilapia has it. Let's get on the other side of that. You can see the pin bones that we had right there. Wow, the skin on the tilapia is a little tougher than what I'm used to.
And it's cutting through the fish,
So,
right? Other than the skin.
Yeah, it's doing the fish. Obviously, this isn't sushi fish. And the actual skin would have been removed. Let's try that. I don't know if I can do that on such a small piece. Again, would be used to doing this part with the Yanagiba. So let's see. Now, I would say the Yanagiba is a little thinner.
Yes, that's what I was.
Yeah, so
That's pretty thick to try.
like getting below the flesh on this is kind of interesting. Obviously, I would not be serving sashimi with the skin on.
Would you be able to just pull?
Well, that would be your goal. My wife said, would you be able to pull? So the goal would be able to get the blade under here and then pull.
Not that I know how to do
I
it.
don't
I've
have,
seen
this isn't like the designer fish for this. So we're doing it anyway. But it did it. I mean, the skin came right off. So, we said it's the hybrid. So I could definitely see this being your one-stop knife. It is exactly what they said. Let me tell you what, go get one.
Run for fish.
I'm sorry. I love it. I love it. You haven't heard me say that a lot about a lot of things. It is beautiful. It is affordable. It is versatile. Go make it happen. Not a dull moment. Awesome. See you next week.